Yoink.
Oh.
So. Actually, I guess. 3 be up here. Piling into the room.
It's a small room.
It is a small room.
So
Actually, it's a pretty big room considering, like, that's a 15 by 15.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a,
Yeah.
So we just walked out of the dining room and directly into the smaller room.
yeah. So as you step through the veil of smoky mist, now you actually find yourselves inside of what looks like probably was a study of some sort.
I was right. The place is fractured, so every time we go through
It's going to be different.
we won't know where we'll end up, necessarily.
So once again, this room, like the others, is in complete shambles. You definitely get the impression that it was some sort of a study or an office of sorts. On the side of the wall, there's rotten tapestries just sort of loosely dangling from the ceiling. There's a rotten wooden pair of chairs, but a very fine mahogany desk.
It's too bad you didn't have mahogany chairs.
It's too bad, yeah. But there's a mahogany chair behind it.
Ah.
Good condition.
His chair, then.
Still good condition, yeah. There are rotten wooden shelvings of some sort that have kind of collapsed. There were probably bookshelves before in the very back of the room. There isn't any books anymore. It's all ash and dust at this point. Cut into, so the tapestry is kind of hanging off to the left wall, the rotten tapestry. Carved into the very black onyx wall is a rune. It's very large. It's a gigantic rune.
Was it being covered by the tapestry at one point? Do you think? Or
You suspect that it probably was.
Okay.
The decayed tapestry falls down far enough that it looks like it would cover up despite the size of the runic symbol just carved into that wall. You do think that the tapestry probably did cover it up.
history?
Yeah,
Actually, be more of an Arcana check for the room.
I don't think I have Arcana. Well, I do,
That'd be
but
spellcasters, yeah.
A big ol' one.
I've got 2 in Arcana. I'm smart. My intelligence is 15.
I only got a 12. 14.
You only have a 1?
Yeah.
You suck.
So should I roll? Or
Yes.
We're useless this
You may as
entire
well.
I just kicked a cat.
I mean, I could roll 2, I suppose.
Beat a 14.
12.
More?
12.
12. Okay, so 14. You recognize that
A lot of craftsmanship went into making that rune on the wall.
I did a good job.
It's a pity.
you do recognize that the runic symbol is clearly magical in nature.
This is magic, you guys.
Ani?
But you detect that it is, or your knowledge of it would be that it is some sort of an enchantment spell.
Does Ani know anything about it?
And he's like, yeah.
Honey, I'm about to throw you.
Yeah, I'm getting a little.
Can we, I don't know, distort the rune and break it?
Actually, as you're looking at it, as you're sort of feeling your handle on it, you can see that there's a very distinctive gash in it that is cut into it, where somebody has broken the link of the rune. And it would not be considered as part of whatever the spell it was trying to create.
So the spell is broken.
That particular rune and fragment, yeah.
So it doesn't really tell us anything then? Or?
Not necessarily. Although we should remember what it looks like because maybe we can make that symbol on the door.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Should we draw it and then put it in our pockets?
I don't know that we need to draw it, but
Well,
Scribble.
rune's really complicated. You could put it on the
just
rune
give me
and
some
maybe-
crayons like when I was a kid. I'll handle it, alright?
It's a giant dick.
It's
That's what it is. It's a dick.
easy to remember.
You search the desk.
Not yet, I was going to say. Can we search the desk? Look for hidden compartments.
So as you start to sort of approach the desk, a man just fucking pops out of fucking nowhere by the bookshelves and takes a few steps forward. And then he takes a seat at the desk, and he looks like he is trying to open a book or something on his desk, and reaches out, pretends like he's grabbing a quill of some sort. It looks like he's trying to write something, and he's muttering to himself, there must be a way to stop him. There has to be.
Excuse me.
Is he
A council
high
member?
level?
He's wearing, while the robes are rotted away, he is wearing what probably once were fine robes.
Okay, we need to check him for a ring.
That's why I said, excuse me.
He kind of looks up for
Why
him.
are you talking to him? Shut up!
I'm ventriloquism. Excuse me.
Stop talking to him. Can I walk up to the desk and does he notice me?
So he actually kind of glances at all of you, and he's like, "Oh,
That dumbass let us in at the door. I didn't catch his name. But,
were you Etrian's people?"
no. No, you're not.
He said my brother's name.
Yes, he did. That's a good thing.
Well, this
I
is
immediately
interesting
slap
because
Aileen's mouth
he
shut.
already well. First of all, for some reason, he is not completely stuck in the time loop because he knows of Etrian. Second of all, he muttered that there must be a way to stop him, so he's on our side.
Which means we shouldn't tell him that we're Etrian's people.
Well, no.
No, yeah.
That's not what I meant.
Exactly. It's just, I didn't expect that.
I just meant that I can probably ask questions and he won't get angry at me.
So he looks at each of you, and he seems a little suspicious looking at first as he gazes at you, and he says, "Are you Adolf's people?"
Adolf's the lord of the manor. You know,
I feel like no, but
I didn't really give my backstory any thoughts to help with this. Why are you looking
We're
at me?
here
Just said
to
I can't help you
stop.
with this.
regardless of who we're with, we're here to stop Etrian.
Has he betrayed Adolf?
No. Well,
I have to assume. You know what?
what's the wizard's name?
The wizard's name is probably.
Adolf.
Yes.
You guys
I'm
never
going to
knew
assume.
what the
No,
wizard's
Yeah,
name
we
was.
never
That's the
knew what his
problem.
name was.
That's been the problem since day one. That's why I've been here. Can I explain to him? Can I tell him? Okay, we are from 2210.
Excuse me, sir. I'm from the future.
Listen,
I feel like I want to sing the Back to the Future theme right now.
we're here to stop a wizard. I don't know his name. I've been searching for him ever since this catastrophe happened. I need to stop. We've been trying to stop him from this happening to other places. We know Etrian's in on it, and we're trying to stop him as well. Who did this?
This was the Grand Maester, Lord Adolf's doing.
It is Adolf.
Well, we're definitely not.
So now we know his name.
Sir?
He says, "My name is Joaquin."
I'm not doing this.
What's wrong with Joaquin? Like Joaquin Phoenix.
He,
It's a very dwarf name.
is it?
Try Googling dwarf names and see what you get. You don't get anything.
You get that cat breed, don't you?
Yeah, you get that creepy
Yep.
fucking creepy ass.
Is that the one without fur? Yeah.
Terrifying. He says that his name is Joaquin. He's like, I'm the ex-Grand Maester of the council.
How did this happen?
He says that...
Boom.
Boo!
Big bada boom.
Start performing, I was just about to say. Boom! He says Lord Adolf had us fooled. He was actually once my student many, many years ago.
He's using mind control. We know
Yes.
that he has.
He
But how did
gestures-
this happen? Like, What happened?
So, he says that he discovered that he had fallen victim to the enthrallment just like everybody else within the council, and that this was all Adelph's doing. And that as soon as he discovered the deception, he was locked into his office from Lord Adelph, and Lord Adelph went to go address the council to take over his position as Grand Maester.
How did you survive?
I didn't survive.
I was gonna say, I don't think he did.
How are you aware of what's happened?
It's because he was the ex-Grand Maester.
He's magical.
Okay, so because he's an ex-Grand Maester, he's dead. He's not going through a loop.
In this case,
like
you
everybody
do
else.
detect that he is a ghost.
Okay, so
So-
he's a ghost.
That's a ghost.
Hi, guys,
I have something to add.
guys.
Ghost.
Ghost. There's a ghost there. Okay, so he's a ghost.
So he's just been in this room for 100
Yeah, he
years.
says he's been locked away here for over a century.
What
and
was
has
the?
anybody ever found him before
He
us?
said Etrian found his way in here, and Adelph made his way in here a number of times just to mock him, and
What did Etrian want?
Etrian asked questions about
Adolf.
Adolph.
What questions?
Yeah. Was he thinking about betraying him?
I didn't necessarily get that vibe, but he wanted to know the history of Adelph.
What did you tell him?
Well, I told him that he was my student, and he was part of the council, but a very lesser position at the council. We used him to send him into the city on missions. He was a master of deception, master of disguise, and master of enchantments. And he was able to insert himself in organizations throughout the city to help us root out traitors.
He was a spy.
Etrian wears a leather bracer with a very large jewel on it. Do you know what that is?
I suspect that was a gift from Adolf. Adolf had a pair of those.
What do they do?
Honestly, I would not know.
Ah, Grand Maester, huh?
What does the rune on the wall mean? What?
He gestures to it and he says that is how Adolf was able to take control of the entire council.
It's a mind control?
He says that he has these symbols carved all throughout the keep, in each of our offices, in each of our rooms.
What about the slash through it?
That was me.
That's how you broke.
That's probably why he's still there.
No. I was under the enchantment myself without actually knowing. It was really by accident that I discovered. If not for a traveler that visited our kingdom, I do not know his name. He was a
Describe.
Well, what did he want?
Hey, I've been searching for this fucking dwarf mage based on description alone.
Well, we know who it is now. It wasn't Adolf.
I
I know
received.
that.
He
That's
says
not my point.
I received a gift, a necklace, and he kind of necklace. Hey, now. I
Well,
lied. It's a ring.
It's right.
I like a
Okay.
ring.
So
I was torn between necklace and ring. I ended up on ring. He says I received a gift, a ring, and he gestures to his decayed hand, which does have a ring on it. It's actually a Celtic knot. And he says, by chance, a visiting bard gave me the beautiful gift of both music and this ring. And after I put it on, I realized I had been taken for a fool for years.
where's your body at?
He gestures to the seat that he's sitting in, and you can see that there is a pile of bones that are...
Can we search it?
Hmm?
Can we search it?
While
For the
he's
ring?
there?
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
I
why don't we
give a
just
fuck.
ask him where his signet ring is? I'm sure he'll give it to us.
He's a ghost. I don't know.
what's this guy's name?
Joaquin or the bard?
Joaquin. I don't even know how to fucking spell that.
Yeah.
Is it a J or is it?
Joaquin. And you're asking him if you can have the ring?
Yeah, can we need to get, we know where Etrian is. He's in the council room, but I can't get in without a sigil.
He gestures to his desk, and he says, I still have my signet ring stored here.
Okay.
That can get you into the council.
May I have that?
He opens up a drawer and pulls out just a solid golden ring with just a fucking D on it.
You're really making my people suck. I just want you to know.
So he sets the ring on the other side of the desk, and he turns behind him and he reaches into the pile of bones.
I want the other ring too.
And picks out the ring that he's also wearing. Like, you're seeing him wear it, but he also picks it
Yeah.
up from and he sets the ring, the other ring, down.
Who should we get that to? You?
Do we know how to use the ring? As
Well,
I don't
who's
know
got
who-
you have detect magic, but
yeah.
Yeah, Mom could probably identify it.
yeah, Mom might be able to identify that ring.
Okay. But who's gonna wear it?
Well, we should know what it does first.
He told us what it does.
So Mom picks it up and starts examining the ring. It grants immunity to charm spells to the wearer, but
So
also,
weird. That's what he said he did.
if you touch another ally that is under the effects of enthrallment, they get an immediate saving throw with advantage to break the enthrallment.
Well, if I wear it and someone gets charmed, they'd get my charisma bonus.
That's
That
true.
would be
Oh, the
within 10
protection.
feet.
Yeah, the protection card. Yeah, that would grant, and that advantage would apply as well.
So we should give it to you.
Yeah. That way, at least I'd be near whoever is.
Yeah, because you'd have to walk up to him to touch him anyways.
So as soon as you hand the ring over to Ozzy, the river dance blade suddenly starts to glow, and the ring starts to glow as well, and they resonate together.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah.
You're matching.
You receive the river dancer ring of loyalty.
Oh, no.
What does that do?
I'm gonna get the whole set.
You gotta catch them all.
Gotta collect them all.
5-piece set. We gotta
Joaquin
keep
kind of looks
focused.
at you and he goes, "It's a beautiful blade that you have there.
Yeah, thanks.
I seem to recall that the bard that came
A
here."
bard gave it to me.
God.
How old is that man?
Was his name by chance
Did he play a
Harry
flute?
Sterling?
I never got his name.
Did he have a penny whistle?
He was the most brilliant penny whistle player that I have ever had the pleasure of
This was
listening
100
to.
years ago. Wait, what race is
Isn't he
Harry?
I thought
Is he
it was
elf?
I don't think we know.
You don't really know.
I thought he was human.
We can't
but
see
I
his
guess-
ears?
He's just got that long hair covering his ears.
So he's got to be an elf.
Yeah.
He's an elf. So, anyways,
Wow.
we know that bard.
Oh. Great music, though, isn't it?
Excellent music.
Okay.
Man can put on a show.
He certainly can. He's the only non-dwarf that we didn't murder.
I was gonna say maybe he's a wolf because they didn't.
Right, like, I don't know if they would have let him in without it.
I suppose he could have been a dwarf.
So is this ring also the key to?
No, it's a
That's
they have a separate
separate.
signet ring.
Which
Is
I'll
there-
be wearing. but
Is
yeah.
there anything that you can tell us that can help us stop him?
What have you figured out so far about the spell and whatnot?
He says, the last thing I really remember before the explosion happened is discovering the ruin in my office here, and realizing that the ruin is probably in the other council members' offices as well. I assumed that what he had done is created he tries to explain to you a magical circle, basically, and he tried to break the chain. And he says, after I broke the line, the explosion happened.
Oh.
I was gonna say if we could go to the other council members' rooms and put a slash through that,
Yep.
because he might maybe siphoning energy from the other council members. I don't know,
Could be.
something.
How can I kill him?
Etrian or Adolf.
Let's do both.
Either. He says he doesn't know much about Etrian, but he knows that Adolf, in addition to being master of the enthrallments, enchantment type magic, he was also delving into the mysteries of necromancy.
Well, good, he's a lich.
A what?
A lich.
A lich?
Maybe. If he is, it means that his life force is actually bound to an item. We can attack him all we want, but we'll never be able to kill him until we were to destroy that item that he's bound to. I'm not saying he's a lich, but if he's delving in necromancy...
I'm not saying he's a lich. He's a lich.
I mean, it makes sense. He can't be killed.
Like
Yes, exactly.
Hawking also says, I'll tell you that Etrian visited me when he first came here. He was a much younger man than the last time that he visited me.
That's interesting.
No.
Which brings a memory to you guys of good old Gravy, the Gravedigger,
Oh my god, gravy.
where his sister Gravina told you that her younger brother went into the graveyard one night and came back
Old.
significantly older.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what's happening here, because we walked in, and for us it was a second that you guys came right behind us, but it was a bit longer. Oh man, the Flanagan's not gonna wait forever. We're gonna be
The
stuck.
Flanagan's
in here.
gone already. It's like, well,
Well, I guess they're dead! Let's go! It's been like 10 minutes. I don't care! I got a business to fucking run!
God damn it, I lost my penetrator. That's what he's worried about. He wants the crossbow back.
Mark, make me another one!
Oh god, it was made by Mark?
It shoots shovels.
It worked pretty well.
Well, I mean...
It's gonna jam on one of its shots.
So when we leave this room, will you still be here?
I'd like to not be.
What can we do?
I was gonna say, can we release your spirit?
I mean, I've been pulling at the spirits of the other people and to my symbol. And we're gonna release them once we get out of here.
That sounds dangerous.
And it does, doesn't it?
What do you
Alright,
got
I've
to
done
lose?
this.
Well, we're trying to stop them.
I'm a professional.
They keep repeating their death, and they have been for 100 years. We're just trying to help.
It's pretty shitty.
Maybe we can release them at Adolf and all that hatred, and we could use that as a weapon against him.
As long as he's not a lich, it might help him.
Might keep him busy long enough for us to find whatever he's tied to.
He asks that you take his signet out of the fortress.
And that will... Is he bound to the signet ring then?
Bound to it?
Okay.
Alright, well, we'll do that.
Eventually.
If we get out of here.
Yeah. Absolutely, maybe, if we survive.
Anything else that you want to ask him?
If we break just like you did,
Yeah, if you're slashing these things.
if we go around and break, do you think we can, do you think he's still siphoning power from them, or
He says the enchantment is broken now.
on everyone's?
Yeah. Once I broke the
You
magic
broke the
from this
circle.
room, I broke the circle and it stopped I assume it stopped the enchantment. That's when the chaos started to happen, and very shortly then the explosion.
What do you think he was trying to do if the explosion wasn't his endgame?
I really don't know, because he basically turned the Dwelf Empire into a super racist master race land.
So he was trying to...
For decades, he was controlling the council, expunging our kingdom of non-dwelves.
And then when you broke the circle, an explosion occurred.
Once I got the ring on, I realized that, oh shit, I'm not racist. And once I broke the circle, very shortly after that, I could hear chaos going outside. I don't know what was happening outside my room, but then the explosion happened. I don't know how the explosion happened. I don't know what caused it.
I feel like the explosion wasn't his endgame.
Yeah, I think that might have been an accident.
Yeah.
So then what is he doing in the other towns?
Maybe he was trying to do the same thing that he was doing. The explosion that occurred in New York, maybe, again, it wasn't supposed to be an explosion. Maybe he was trying
He's just really terrible at whatever he's trying to do.
Well, it depends on what the spell is. I mean, if it's a highly volatile spell...
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. You touched it, now it's gonna blow. Let's go. It's gonna blow again.
Right, like that's the other thing. He keeps surviving all this stuff.
Of course
along
he
with
does.
Etrian.
I mean... He knows how long he's got till it fucking blows. Of course he knows.
So then... Okay.
I just don't think the explosion is his endgame. Or was, at least.
I don't think he was trying to destroy the Dwelf nation.
No.
No.
But I think what he's trying to do in the other kingdoms, I think he's trying to destroy those.
Maybe.
He was like, holy shit, I made a bomb? This is awesome! And then he's going to other places, I got a bomb!
He's probably trying to rid the world of every race but his own.
I wonder if he's trying to bring back...
Which sounds a little close to what Trumpleton's trying to do.
Yeah. Well, he's got Trumpleton enthralled. Somebody needs to go back and check for that fucking enchantment on Trumpleton's...
So we can blow up his area when we cross it.
Well, I just said check it out. I didn't say slash
You
it.
also remember that he had left a letter behind with the Alchemtologists. The Alchemtologists' also goal was to
Cleanse everything.
cleanse the races.
So he's trying to create his utopia again.
Dwelftopia.
His Dwelftopia again. What's the reason for us being in the Shadowfell? Is he trying to bring the old nation back?
Joaquin basically says he's like, I don't know that he intentionally put us in the Shadowfell. He's like, I think that whatever magics that he was dealing with split the planes,
And it's just
and
connected.
it caused...
Yeah, that Veshlock guy is a demon that...
Jumps between, yeah.
Yeah. Pull out Ani. Let's see what happens when he sees Ani.
Hey, Ani.
I'm sleeping. She pops her head out. What?
Is this guy on board? Above board, I should say. Do you think he's telling the truth?
Joaquin's a funny name. What do you do?
Does this all sound like why would have? Do you know why there would have been an explosion when he stopped the room?
Oh, the fucking Dwelf dude's delving with some dangerous magics.
Okay.
Which would be why we're in...
She looks at the symbol on the wall and she's like, "Yeah, that's a domination spell."
And if it's broken, it can be very volatile.
Oh no,
Okay.
that wouldn't have done it.
That wouldn't have done it.
Nah.
See, I knew it was a coincidence.
So what would have done it? What would have created the explosion?
That level Dwelftopia?
Yeah.
Oh god, I don't know.
So helpful.
She cat shrugs.
The cat shrugs. She's just looking at
He
you.
had been trying to destroy his own people.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
That
If he
he would
had
want to do-
full control over the town, why would he just be like, "Let me just blow this shit up"?
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think he intentionally.
She Ani's like, well, I mean, he had that orb back when we first met. Thanks, by the way. Get me out of there. We're friends.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, yeah, he had that orb that he was channeling like, necromancy energies into, so he's probably up to some up to something with...
Does he know what he's doing?
I don't think so.
Is that why?
He's trying again. He fucked up the Dwelf City, and then he fucked up New Yorkshire.
Oh, and he says, I'll tell you that the explosion in New Yorkshire, the magical energies, the residual effect is the same as... Not in here because we're in the Shadowfell, but outside in Dwarftopia, I definitely could tell that it was the same residual magical effect, just at a significantly smaller scale.
So he's trying to... Maybe he's not a lich yet. Maybe he's trying to become a lich. He's draining life, like out of gravy.
Yeah.
But he's trying to bind his soul to maybe that orb, and he's failed twice now. So maybe he's not a lich yet.
You guys are fucking shit up. Joaquim, he's still listening. He says, well, if we broke the enthrallment and he was in the middle of doing some sort of ritual like that, perhaps...
Somebody attacked him and he screwed up whatever he was doing and it exploded. Massively.
Alright.
What is there anything else you can tell us about Etrian?
Unfortunately, I don't know a great deal about him.
But he's visited you like 3 times. You guys just talked about...
He's always just asked me questions about Adelph, his history, what he did in the past.
Does he seem like fanatical about him, or is he just curious?
Or does he seem enthralled by him?
Oh.
Either one. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's enthralled. He was definitely very curious about learning. I don't want to say that he was...
Why did you think we were Etrian's people?
Does he have people?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he's only seen Etrian, why would you just assume that we were Etrian's people?
Etrian has been the lord of this castle since Adelph has brought him in. I haven't seen Adelph since.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Has there been anyone else to see you other than those two?
No.
Okay.
Just some dudes exploding out in the hallway. Just going, ah! Every hour on the hour.
On the hour. They just don't quit.
Just don't stop.
Alright, well I think we have everything we can get from
Yeah, we need to
From
go
Joaquin.
find the elf.
I mean, we have a signet ring, and we have the charm protection ring, which is good. We know about the enchantment, but I don't think that necessarily matters at this point. And we possibly know that... Well, we know he's been dealing in necromancy, and my theory is that he is trying to become a lich, and he's fucked it up twice now.
Oh.
That's my guess. I don't think he is a lich yet. If he becomes a lich, then we're fucked.
This isn't even my final form.
Exactly. This isn't even my final form. So, alright, well, we can go through that room now. The only problem is we have to keep jumping around until we get back to that hallway.
Do you want
Do
to
you-
take his... Hmm?
Do you have any way... Okay, every time we pass through the mist, it takes us to a different room. Do you have any way to navigate it? Do you know of any way to navigate it? Without just randomly popping up in rooms?
I mean, he's been stuck to this room. I don't know.
True, but he was a maester, so maybe he...
He says, well,
He hasn't been very helpful in that department at all. Actually, Grand Maester bullshit.
Etrian has found his way to my room a few times.
That's
I
my
imagine
point.
that he didn't just wander in here aimlessly.
Yeah. So there's a way to navigate it.
But Etrian's the lord of the manor. I would assume that Etrian is in control of where he goes, and I doubt we can do anything about it.
Maybe.
Joaquin says, the only thing that I noticed about Etrian that I could tell you to give you some advice that maybe it has something to do with this area is the signet ring. He was wearing one.
Yeah, I wondered about that.
So maybe with the signet ring we can control where we go. So when we go through the mist, I want you to think really hard about that first room. Think about it. Picture it in your mind.
Well, hold hands.
And then we should all hold hands.
Yeah, we should.
And we have to make sure we skip through.
You guys end up in a kitchen with a bunch of panini. Damn it, Etrian.
I was going to say.
I'm hungry. I'm sorry. I thought, well, let's go to this room, but first the paninis.
Somehow we pop back up on the airship.
Oh, I thought you were dead. I didn't leave.
Not
Just
yet.
went to go get some food.
Alright, so do we want to jump through the room?
Yeah.
Or jump through again and see what happens?
You gonna take Joaquin?
She's got the
Is he
secret
I have the
Takeable?
ring. I mean, I
Oh,
thought
you have the ring.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have the
he
ring.
requested that we take the ring outside of the...
Oh, you mean take him in his
Yeah.
in the?
Betty.
Okay.
We will see you outside.
Thank you for the information.
Good
Regardless
luck.
We
of
will
how
try and
useless
release
most
you.
of it was. Appreciate it.
We will try and release you if we can.
Thanks for telling me you talked to him a few
You're,
times, but you don't know what about.
What do you want to know about?
Your convert. Listen, you know what? I have this problem with void. Okay. Oh, I talked to so and so today. Oh yeah, what about stuff? What's the point of you telling me you talked to him if you're not going to tell me what you talked about? Anyway.
She wants to know specifics.
Yeah.
She should ask specifics.
Except I did, and you were just, I was like, well, what history? Just, he was a student. Okay, like, what else? He asked you if he was a student 3 times? That's cool. Whatever. Useless Grandmaster. Typical.
So excited.
She does get it.
It's not excitement, it's annoyance.
All right.
This is my life now.
With Signet in hand, you guys step through the veil once more and thinking, oh, I want to be in that one room. You do emerge from the mist into the hallway with the giant double doors.
Yay!
Okay, so we're at least back there.
So, you approach.
Yep, I touch it with my
With the
my
signet
signet ring.
Maybe you should just throw it at it because it keeps
It's
getting
on
hot.
me. Let's put it on Honey. Put it on Honey.
He sits on your shoulder, you bitch. She walks back.
She's not on my shoulder.
She
She's
moves
been on
over to his
his
shoulder
this entire
again.
time. She dropped off mine the second I walked through that shit. She's a bitch.
So with Signet ring in hand, the onyx doors, they shudder, and a crack finally appears down the center of it, showing that they actually are doors. And they bow and then move, opening inwards. Black mist just spills in from the other room. Once more, there's a thin veil of mist beyond that you guys can walk through.
We still have the signet ring though, right?
Yes. Just walk through.
Walk
Do
through
you
and
want
think.
me to walk through first?
Well, I'm just saying, walk through and think council chamber, I guess.
Yeah.
So stepping beyond the mist.
Hold on a second. So there's mist behind that door?
There is.
But when we were in that hallway, I sensed that he was directly behind the door.
Yes.
But when we went through the mist, I couldn't sense. Alright. Alright. Whatever. Let's just keep changing rules as we
When
go
we went through the
along.
mist the very first time, we got moved to a far away different place in the...
Oh, the fucking mansion is over 1,000 feet big? That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a keep.
It's a keep.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
it's big.
more than 1,000 feet.
It's amazing.
It's large.
It is large. Anyhow. So, stepping through the mist this time, you do find yourself now in a very large, massive chamber. Ahead of you is it's like a 15-foot wide walkway with a red carpet, golden fabrics lining it. Not decayed, not decrepit at this point. The mist sort of spills across it. And then over the sides, and you notice that you're actually on a walkway of sorts where it spills off into a black abyss below. Straight dead ahead, you spot a single throne, and there's a figure that's standing by that throne. On either side of the sides of the room within the pit, there are pillars that are somewhat level with the walkway that you're on, but you don't know how exactly you would necessarily get to them because they're not connected to anything, but they are platforms that maybe held statues before.
Mhm.
Now they're clean of rubble and clean of anything.
Super Mario.
Super Mario, if you could only jump that far. Once again, at the back of the room, giant stone dais stairs leading up to it, to that figure that's standing there. And he's shrouded in a dark green, like forest green cloak, slicked back, long, brown hair at the ends, but graying hair near the roots. And he turns and he sort of gestures with a gnarled wooden staff,
Mahogany.
it's a mahogany staff, in your direction, in the group's direction. And you can see that the hand that's gripping it has
The
the
jeweled.
gauntlet with the gem, and it's glowing just a dull hue of red currently. And he gestures and he gestures to you. He says, "Oh, dearest sister." And you recognize the voice of Etrian. He says, "You've traveled very far. For revenge, perhaps?" And then he gestures to...
I think you got this mixed up. Revenge and
Sisterly
love.
love.
He then gestures to Aelin, which Aelin is beside you, sort of just...
Yeah.
He's
gonna-
all business.
I'm gonna grip Aylin's wrist.
Aelin, chill.
I'm not trying to hold his hand, I'm just trying to hold him back.
Maybe you should hold his hand. Maybe he'll
So
Hold me
I'll
back!
hold his hand.
He's glaring right now, and he'd be like, I'd be really turned on if I wasn't so pissed right now. But the figure at the back, clearly Etrian, says, "Oh, and my brother too. Come to reason with me, or perhaps save me. Ever the hero you always were." Etrian's voice seems somewhat hollow, and it resonates across the hall. I mean, it's a huge open room.
Because it's not really Etrian talking.
Or it is.
He's the
Okay.
So Aelin
Listen.
is holding back right now, and he's like, "Ever and always, brother." He then turns to Robert
Hi.
and Osley. He says, "Oh, the capital dogs.
Woof.
Come to find my master, I'm sure. He's certainly impressed by your persistence and consistent successes at foiling his minions' plans.
Good.
First Vashlock, then David, and the alchemologists. May not be as successful today. And against him, you wouldn't even last a moment." And then he turns to the dwarf and gestures to the dwarf.
God.
He says, "Oh, the little lost orphan girl.
No!
Don't you understand that he doesn't want you?" He's realized that not even the Dwelf race was the right choice.
Oh.
Where is Adol? Buddy.
He goes, "Oh." And you... And he's not looking at
He's
any
talking
of
at
you,
Ani.
and he kneels
Fucking
down,
Ani.
and he goes... and gestures towards Ani.
I fucking told you we should have killed the bitch before!
Hold on.
Ani scampers across the carpet and runs down. And she pauses halfway and kind of glances back. Perception check.
What you
Fucking
doing?
I told you, kill the bitch.
I'm gonna use luck.
Okay, use luck.
Well, that was an 11. Okay, I'm using luck again. That's better. I'll take that. You said perception?
Yeah.
So... 22.
22.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So, she glances back at you, and just before she turns back, you see her wink.
Wink.
And she scampers
I'm gonna kill the
forward.
bitch. I didn't see the wink. I didn't see the wink. I'm gonna kill the bitch.
She scampers forward and sits down in front of Etrian, and Etrian reaches behind his back and pulls something from a pouch. It looks like a bracelet almost. And he says, "Ah, Cordelia, my dear, I have what we discussed." And he reaches down and he clasps some sort of collar around the cat's neck, essentially. And Ani suddenly just sort of freezes still, turns into her statue form, and then a black thin mist sort of starts to swirl around her. and then starts to recoalesce into her full angel form. And around her neck now is actually a purple choker. And then he gestures and he says, "I'd love to continue the pleasantries, but
It's okay.
I have to kill you." End session.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Well, you're falling asleep.
Not this last few minutes, I wasn't.
Well, everything else, I was fucking half dead. But you know what? This last 15 minutes, you did good, kid. You did good.
King Fat Sack wants to know how long you've been DMing. He says you're great.
How long have I been DMing?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He says he needs tips because he's got friends coming over tomorrow.
How long have
How
I
to
been
DM 101 with Crono. First, you need that hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 sets of glasses.
2 sets of
And,
glasses, a glass of milk, and that hat.
How long have I been DMing? Since I was in high school, so...
Fucking nerd.
Fucking nerd. So 2003, probably.
So
Yeah,
15, 13 years.
About 13 years. Off and on.
Yeah.
I started with 3rd edition, and just played in middle school, high school when 3rd edition first came out, and then I've DM'd on and off for long time. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I work hard.
Yeah, he messages me, "Hey, do you guys want to run? I haven't actually written anything yet, but I could totally have this done by tomorrow." He works hard.
Amy can tell you how many hours I spent yesterday and today.
I'm sure.
How many hours?
I'm sure.
This shit just doesn't magically come to the fucking surface.
You need a good hat, a weighed dice, and you need to make a pact with a creature from another realm to be a good DM.
Cousin to I am Setsuna time. Spent all night.
How
Last
are we
night
gonna
working.
figure out what my...
Oh, we're just gonna murder your brother.
Yeah, your brother has been... He's not some innocent little pawn. He's been...
He's a wizard, and I don't know if I can. I have hold person.
Well, you know what's interesting though? He mentioned that his hair was graying.
Yeah.
I almost feel like the Dwelf is siphoning life from him. Only because, and my guess is only because he doesn't have anyone else to siphon life from at the moment.
I mean, if you get close enough to him, you might be able to touch him. But
And
I have
break
a feeling
the-
he's not going to let you get close.
Don't you have a charge of some sort? You can double distance run, right? And
Yeah.
fucking just charge. So
Grappling.
there you go. Fucking tackle
Give
his
him a big
ass to
ol'
the
hug.
ground. And just grab his head and just be like, break out of it!
What are we going to do? I'm going to kill your brother.
Is there a race that is superior or considered OP in D&D?
Well,
What addition?
12. Yeah, what edition? Oh yeah, so Fern, is it, yeah, Fernixus is saying what version as well.
Yeah.
If you guys, by the way, welcome King and Fernixus. I believe you guys are new to the stream, but I have this entire session, which is quite a few episodes, up on YouTube. So if you guys are interested, and you would like
Campaign is what you mean.
campaign, yeah. Sorry, not this session.
This session will be.
This session will be up on YouTube. Probably not until Monday though. But yeah, if you go to my YouTube, which I can link, you'll find it under Mama Void Plays D&D because
Our mother plays D&D.
that's
with
our
us,
mother
yes.
right there. Where's the command? Should just be YouTube.
What's your name? What's your name?
Follow here.
Hey, King. Oh, I gotta mute this. I gotta fix that. King, thanks for the follow, dude. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Void. Glad to have you. But yeah, every time we do a session, I put it up on YouTube. So the entire thing is on YouTube. It's very long. We've been running this for months.
We have been, yes.
Yeah, we've been running this for months.
I'm not going to say we're as good as Critical Role, but we've been running as long as Critical Role has. So that's something.
Well, and when we originally started, we didn't really have a name, but now we do.
Yeah, we're
Now the group is called
should have rolled an 18.
Should Have Rolled an 18. I'll move later. Hey, Maud, thank you so much for the follow as well. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Void. Move this stuff.
Yeah, like as far as like OP races in 5th edition, which is the edition that we play. And the great thing about 5th edition is it's not really a game that's designed for power gamers. I mean, you can power game if you really want to, but it's you could really be any race that you want to be, and they're all somewhat equally strong. Wow, lots of bombs.
He's all must keep music playing. For Nexus, thank you for the follow as well, man.
Get that Kai Pop.
My alerts.
What's your name?
My alerts are because of my girlfriend over there. You can thank her